Today is the 22nd day of the 6th month in the 9th year of Channel Group, July 31st, 2021. To begin our day, let's offer our respect and gratitude to our Heavenly Parent and true parents of heaven, earth, and all humankind. 천지인 참 부모님께 경배, 바로. Let us recite 가정맹세.
가정맹세 1. 천일국 주인 우리 가정은 참 사랑을 중심하고 본향 땅을 찾아 본연의 창조 이상인 지상천국과 천상천국을 창건할 것을 맹세하나이다. 2. 천일국 주인 우리 가정은 참 사랑을 중심하고 하늘 부모님과 참 부모님을 모시어 천주의 대표적 가정이 되며 중심적 가정이 되어 가정에서는 효자, 국가에서는 충신, 세계에서는 성인, 천주에서는 성자의 가정의 도리를 완성할 것을 맹세하나이다. 3. 천일국 주인 우리 가정은 참 사랑을 중심하고 4대 심정권과 3대 왕권과 황족권을 완성할 것을 맹세하나이다. 4. 천일국 주인 우리 가정은 참 사랑을 중심하고 하늘 부모님의 창조 이상인 천주 대가족을 형성하여 자유와 평화와 통일과 행복의 세계를 완성할 것을 맹세하나이다. 5. 천일국 주인 우리 가정은 참 사랑을 중심하고 매일 주체적 천상세계와 대상적 지상세계의 통일을 향해 전진적 발전을 촉진화할 것을 맹세하나이다. 6. 천일국 주인 우리 가정은 참 사랑을 중심하고 하늘 부모님과 참 부모님의 대신 가정으로서 천운을 움직이는 가정이 되어 하늘의 축복을 주변에 연결시키는 가정을 완성할 것을 맹세하나이다. 7. 천일국 주인 우리 가정은 참 사랑을 중심하고 본연의 혈통과 연결된 위하는 생활을 통하여 심정 문화 세계를 완성할 것을 맹세하나이다. 8. 천일국 주인 우리 가정은 참 사랑을 중심하고 천일국 시대를 맞이하여 절대신앙, 절대사랑, 절대복종으로 신인의 일체 이상을 이루어 지상천국과 천상천국의 해방권과 석방권을 완성할 것을 맹세하나이다.
And now may I invite our Kuya Kinrado Lynn Babier for the opening prayer.
Good morning, everyone. Please join in prayer. Close your eyes and bow your heads. Good morning, our dearest beloved heavenly parents and victorious admired true parents of heaven, earth, and humankind. We are truly beautiful and honored knowing you and living with you. We are truly ruled because for the past thousands of years, we are too ignorant and blind of you as our true parents, our dearest heavenly parents. But throughout the history, you didn't forsaken us, you have guided us until this moment of time that you have really found you have really found your beloved only begotten son and only begotten daughter and became the true parents of humankind, whom brought us back to your bosom and taught us the secrets of heaven. Our true parents suffered numerous trials and difficulties, but still they didn't stop moving forward until this moment of time. They even want to do more and offer more. That's totally the heart of parents, giving all they have to make their children happy and blessed. And for that, we are utterly indebted to them forever. As of this time, despite of our true mother's health and age, she continuously embracing and loving the word and the people. So what is our excuse not to do so? We should continue through parents' legacy in our own simple way. Nothing is impossible in with heavenly parents and true parents, as long as we are united and be one of them. Everything will be achievable. So please, our beloved heavenly parents, give us more time to live and to do our missions here on earth, so that if we will go to the spirit world, we will not be regretful. And with the help of our beloved of the people in different walk of life, leaders, blessed families around the world, and brothers and sisters, and with the guidance of our and love of our beloved true parents, we can substantially make this word a Chuniliuk word. And all these things I offer with humility and gratitude and with love. In behalf of our leaders, brothers and sisters, in true parents' name, we pray. Adieu.
Jew. Okay, brothers and sisters, let us offer our sincere unison prayer. Jew. And now, let's offer our morning greetings to our heavenly parents and true parents. Good morning, heavenly parents and true parents. Good morning, Sir Lay. Good morning, our brothers and sisters. Kindly greet each other beside you. Good morning. And for that, may I invite our teacher, Michael Dumondon, senior high school teacher, for our Honduki reading.
Okay, good morning, everyone. Good morning, brothers and sisters. Okay, excerpt from the Mother of Peace, a memoir by Hakja Hanun. Chapter 7, Today's Growing Pains Bring Tomorrow's Sunshine, Continuation. Today, our movement has schools around the world, from kindergartens to graduate schools. One is the Unification Technological Seminary, established in 1975 with an interreligious faculty, Catholic, Protestant, Greek Orthodox, Jewish, and Confucian, as well as Unificationists, under the leadership of Dr. David S. C. Kim and Dr. Yang On Kim. Its Barrytown campus served as the base for the new Ecumenical Research Association, or the New Era, and give rise to the Interdomination Conference for the Clergy, the Youth Seminar on the Word Religious, and Assembly for the Words Religious. Today, UTS is going strong as its mid-Manhattan campus. The purpose of all the school is to ensure the increasing numbers of talented young people who know God's heart have access to education to support their commitment to creating the peaceful world. Parents should be passionate and work hard so that our blessed children can grow up pure and beautiful under God's will. Our true hope is to raise our children not just as the sons and daughters of our own family, but as a proud son and daughter of God. A helicopter plants seeds of love. The movie, the short shown Redemption, that made deep impression on me. The main character is the man who is unjustly imprisoned, endures prison life in many years, and finally escapes in search for the freedom. Father Moon was unjustly imprisoned 6 times, and that similarity with the main character made this film move my heart. At the very end of the movie, the liberated prisoner writes a letter, "Hope is good thing. Maybe the best of all of things, and no good thing ever dies. Hope, love, friendship, and beauty, and unchanging, no matter how much time passes, and their value is eternal. Love awakens hope and courage in the most hopeless of circumstances. Today, many people have lost their moral direction, and we lament the dominance of materialism. The only way to heal this pain is by living lives of true love for the sake of others, not thinking about oneself. I open my eyes in the daybreak and begin each day with a prayer and meditation. I think very carefully about what I will do for whom, and then I act on that. Religious teaching and political and social reforms are important, but we cannot create a happy world through this alone. True love is giving a pair of socks with your whole heart to your neighbor who is shivering from the cold. Sometimes it is sacrificing completely for the utter stranger whom you may never see again. True love is giving and forgetting that you gave. Today, the Unification Church is recognized as a worldwide religion. But on to the 1970s, we didn't even have a decent church building. My husband and I used all the money of the church members donated for the sake of the society and the world. When the missionaries went overseas, they left with just suitcase. They had to find the work on their own and use the money they made to run their own centers. They dedicated the donations that came in to establish the schools and medical clinics and to fund the voluntary service. We have practiced the ethics of sacrificial service for the past 60 years. In Korean, A1 means a garden of love. In 1994, Father Moon and I established a service organization, the A1 Bank, to enable all the people to share love in Korea. It is not literally a bank. It brings people together to offer voluntary service, everything from provision of free meals to, to concerts for charity to international aid. In order to expand this further, I established the Wunmu Pyongge Scholarship Foundation. This actually was the first major action I took after my husband passed away. Monetary offerings of condolence flooded in from all over the world. and I saved all of it as a seed money for this purpose. I also sold the helicopter we had used for our mission work and added that money to those funds. It all went into an endowment out of which have been able to give 10 million US dollar in scholarship to help educate talented people for the future. Excellent. Students from all over the world, including Korea, Japan, Southeast Asia, Africa, Europe, and America are benefiting from this scholarship. Of course, I heard some people buzzing about that. I heard that Mother Moon is selling the helicopter she and the Father Moon used together. One would say, and the another would respond, it's such a historic artifact. Shouldn't it be in a museum? While I respect expressions of regret over the sales of the helicopter and completely understand the sentiments, I made the decision. It is for the sake of our future leadership. While it is important for us to honor the past, it is more important to teach God's word and raise future generation of faithful leaders. The truth that the education shapes young people and that young people shapes the future will never change. To ensure the bright future, it is absolutely necessary to raise up the youth of talent, wisdom, and virtue. Wenmu is made up to the Chinese character Wan, meaning round, and Mo, meaning mother. In the family, it is a mother who embraces each family members with love, despite their different personalities, and guides family toward harmony. Pyongyang means to take care of the less fortunate, so all can stand on the equal plane in a cosmos of true love. I set the foundation for such education to endure beyond the generation. When the children play with a spinning top, it is hard for them at first, but once they start spinning, they can keep spinning with a minimal effort. Scholarship endowment is the same. It is difficult to establish, but once it is up and running, it is not too difficult to keep going. Education takes a aju.
Okay, let's give a hand to our heavenly parents and true parents. Thank you so much, Teacher Michael, for the wonderful reading. And now, let's and next to share his heart and to share his 10 points of gratitude. Actually, this weekend we already like finalizing the program in Honduque. But last minute, this 10 points of gratitude, the last minute that everyone can volunteer this 10 points of gratitude. And without further ado, let's all welcome our very hardworking security in Sunwa International Academy, our brother Boots Sabio.
Good morning po. Good morning, brothers and sisters. Good morning, Sir LA. First of all, I'm so grateful for having me here, receiving wonderful message from heavenly parents and true parents. Also, I am so grateful because I have my kuya there, Kuya Tata, Rotel de la Cruz, who's serving now in Jensen Center. So also he is my biological and spiritual father. And I'm so grateful for him because he brought me to the knowledge of the divine principle that taught me the true value of life of my life. And also, I'm so grateful with my good and bad experience in the front line, which I learned, and the way sacrifice of living for the sake of greater purpose. So I'm also grateful for because I am surrounded here with good people, good environment here in Sunwa International Academy, and I'm so grateful also because I'm one of the personnel here who's serving one of True Parents school. So I'm so grateful for that. And also I'm so grateful for uh, every day who's giving us the good health, good life, and protection from our good true parents and heavenly parents and true parents. So and also I'm so grateful for that for the support of my siblings, my spiritual father, my kuya, who always giving me advice, spiritual advice, uh, physical advice na kung ano mang gagawin ko sa buhay ko para maging mabuting tao. So, maraming salamat po. At yun lang po. Thank you.
Yes, thank you so much, our brother Boots. Have you? Ang hirap
Thank you.
din ang pangalan. Kasi Bisaya tayo. So, and now, thank you so much, our brother Boots, Sabio. And for now, let's welcome our incoming grade 9 students for the offering song, our sister Fritzy Joyce Lutardo.
All these pieces, broken and scattered, in mercy gathered, mended and whole. So take this heart, Lord, I'll be your vessel, the world to see your life in me. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. Oh, wow, I once was lost, but now I am found. Was blind, but now I see. Oh, I can see you now. Oh, I can see the love in your eyes, laying yourself down, raising up the broken to life. You take our failures, you take our weakness, you set your treasure in jars of clay. So take this heart, Lord, I'll be your vessel, the world to see your life in me. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. Oh, wow, I once was lost, but now I am found. Was blind, but now I see. Oh, I can see you now. Oh, I can see the love in your eyes, laying yourself down, raising up the broken to life. How sweet the sound that saved love in your eyes, laying yourself down, raising up the broken to life.
Wow, very wonderful, guys. So let's give a hand to our sister Joyce. Thank you so much, Sister Joyce, for sharing your talent and for giving us an offering song in the Sanduke. And for now, are you ready to receive the words and guidance from our leaders? Yes. And now let's, without further ado, let's welcome our very hardworking and very dynamic leader, our President Chairman of Sanwa International Academy and our very hardworking national leader, our Reverend Leo Angelotti Halog. Welcome po.
Thank you very much, our Sister Christine. I would like to first greet our Heavenly Parents and True Parents. Good morning, our Heavenly Parents and True Parents. To all our beloved Chanpo families, blessed our families, all our leaders who are joining us today, and beloved brothers and sisters, magandang umaga po sa inyong lahat. Good morning to everyone. Thank you to our Shia family for hosting today's morning devotion. Thank you for that very inspiring song that was shared to us by our sister Joyce, and also for the 10 points of gratitude shared by our brother Boots. Thank you very much. Today is our 10th day of our 40-day national morning devotion. Thank you for joining every day. And still, the weather is the same until this time, almost 2 weeks already. And also, we have to be very careful also with the COVID-19 this time. We also have one brother, this time brother of Kuya Neil. He is now in ICU fighting for COVID-19. And so let's pray for our Kuya Noel Dakanay. At this time, really a lot of infections because of the new variant. Actually, yesterday we had a very informative and very nice seminar about the hesitancy of the vaccine. And then our speaker was a mayor of Leyte. So if you want, you can watch actually that webinar in YouTube. It's very, very good. So we can understand the value of the importance of the vaccine this time. And based on the studies, and also they have shown there the doctor who spoke during our Rally of Hope, the ones who were involved in making the AstraZeneca vaccine. So it's good if you can watch that. Those who couldn't watch, you can watch that in YouTube. The webinar yesterday that was organized by AMMS and of course UPF. So thank you. So this morning I will be sharing with you today I will share with you this topic entitled "Blessed families are the key to the gates of the kingdom of heaven." Let's begin. So, True Father said, "It is the moment of their perfection as a man and a woman." After marrying, the moment when a couple first experiences conjugal love is the moment of their perfection as a man and a woman. They reign supreme. The man is the antenna that represents God's entire plus world, all male characteristics and right-sided things. The woman is the antenna that represents God's entire minus world. All female characteristics are left and left-sided things. Their union is like the point at which a negative charge and a positive charge meet. at the top of the antenna. So this is very interesting. So Father is telling us that the moment that when a couple first going to have their experience of conjugal love, that is the moment that a man can be perfected as a man and woman can be perfected as a woman. So even Father is saying that you cannot become a true man or true woman without a spouse. So really, our spouse will be the ones that will complete us. Kaya nga sinasabi po natin, my spouse completed me. So without a spouse, without a husband and wife, a man can never be completed. A woman either can never be completed. And then, where is the moment of completion as a man and as a woman? It is when husband and wife will going to first have their, conjugal relationship or sexual relationship. Actually, this is the time that a man can be perfected as a man and then a woman can be perfected as a woman. So everything can be connected as a man represents all the positivity, positive characteristics, male, plus characteristics of our heavenly parent and everything on the right side things, and then the woman represents the minus world or the female characteristics of heavenly parent and the left-sided things. So at the moment of they come together through sexual relationship, that's the time that both the positive and negative or plus and minus come together. So their union, Father said, is like the point at which a negative charge and a positive charge meet at the top of the antenna. So really amazing, only true parents is teaching about this one. So with this understanding, we can see the value of, man and a woman, right? That's why in other countries, woman, sila yung mababa ang tingin ng mga tao sa babae. Like, I've been to India, in Nepal, lalo sa India, hindi nila chine-check doon pag buntis yung nanay. They're not checking, hindi sila nagpa-ultrasound, hindi nila inaalam yung gender ng magiging anak nila. Kasi nga, they look down to woman sa India until this time. There are many practices still doon. May mga areas pa na, pag namatay na yung husband nila, even the woman wants to go to the grave. Kasi nga, they lose their value already kapag nawala na yung kan. Kasi nga, parang nakadepende lang sa man yung value nila. But actually, man and woman, they are equal in value. We cannot say that the man is, they're equal. Of course, they can do may mga ginagawa yung husband na hindi magawa ng woman, ganun din yung woman, but it doesn't, define sino ang mas superior sa kanila, right? But what the things that man can do, and then the woman can do, that's why when they come together, they complete each other. They complement actually each other. So only true parents is teaching this, right? No other. So that's why man and woman is, same value. They complete each other. So hindi pwedeng sabihin na superior yung isa. Even though man is standing in the position of the subject, the woman is standing in the position of the object. But we cannot say that they are different in value, right? So really very important. But actually they complement, and then eventually they complete each other. So without a woman, a man cannot be complete. Without a man, a woman can never be completed. And then through their conjugal relationship, through their sexual relationship, man and woman can be completed. Aju, so this is truly amazing teaching of our beloved true parents. That's why if only people can understand this, they will going to really value, each other, man and woman, and then the relationship of husband and wife, how really valuable it is, right? Father said the origin of love can finally emerge and connect to our life. The place where a man and a woman make love is where they achieve perfection as a man and as a woman. The royal palace of love that can settle on earth as the center of heaven and earth begins from that point. Then the origin of love can finally emerge and connect to our life. Our lineage is connected to that place. At the same time, a nation comes forth from that place. The kingdom of heaven on earth and in heaven begins from the place where the gates of the first love are opened. Oh, really, very deep actually, the teachings of true parents. If only people will understand this, no couple will going to separate. No husband and wife will going to separate if people will truly understand this deeply, right? So Father said the place where a man and a woman make love is where they achieve perfection as a man, as a woman, and as a woman. And then the royal palace of love that can settle on earth as the center of heaven and earth begins from that point. So where heaven and earth, or kingdom of heaven, or where can heaven and earth comes together? Where is the center point? It is, when the husband and wife, man and woman, had their first, sexual relationship. When they have their first conjugal relationship, that will be the ones that can really settle heaven and earth. So the center is the husband and wife, their, relationship. So then the origin of love can finally emerge and connect to our life. So our lineage is connected to that place. At the same time, a nation comes forth from that place. So the kingdom of heaven on earth and in heaven begins from the place where the gates of the first love are open. Can you imagine really the gates of the kingdom of heaven, or the kingdom of heaven on earth and in heaven begins from the place where the gates of the first love are open, where husband and wife first, meet through conjugal love, through sexual relationship. Really amazing. That's why how really precious the love organ, our sexual organ. This is really the key that will going to open kingdom of heaven, both in the physical world and in the spiritual world. So if only people can really have this deep understanding about this relationship of husband and wife, about the understanding of our, sexual organ. This is actually the center that opens the gates of the kingdom of heaven. Truly amazing. And everything is connected to here. Our lineage, Father said, and then at the same time, a nation comes forth from that place. So really, this is the center. So people are trying to, do everything to bring about a peaceful world, a peaceful nation. But where it should really begin, based on keeping absolute purity of husband and wife, especially fidelity between husband and wife. And then, purity, before marriage, and fidelity within marriage. This is actually the center. That's why sometimes, people cannot connect about this. Actually, True Father only started to talk about this yung sa original na divine principle. Hindi naman agad-agad kasi nga the foundation is not ready yet that time. That's why, but now already True Parents has opened the way, and then talk about this very clearly. So whenever we talk about building a nation, a world, a peaceful world, we cannot separate from this center. This is really the center. Husband and wife, keeping purity, the love organ. This is actually the center. So when a man and a woman, have their first, conjugal relationship, so they perfect each other and then open the gates to the kingdom of heaven. Aju, both on earth and in heaven. Truly amazing, these teachings of True Parents. That's how important it is. That's why sa mga young brothers and sisters natin, more than any training na pinagdadaanan nila, whatever things, really the key, the center is keeping absolute purity. And then not only while they are single, but when you enter the relationship of husband and wife, fidelity, right? So this is really the center, the relationship of husband and wife, and also through this, a man can be perfected as a man, and then a woman can be perfected as a woman, and then through this relationship, then kingdom of heaven opens, right? And then kingdom of heaven begins actually through this relationship of husband and wife, through their conjugal relationship. Aju? So Father said, the blessing allows us to connect the spirit world with the physical world. So the blessing given in the Unification Church opens the path that fallen human beings must follow at all costs. No matter how much people oppose it, the blessing is of great importance because it allows us to connect the spirit world with the physical world. Today, most people of faith think that salvation means individual salvation. They believe that if they practice their faith well, they will go to the kingdom of heaven. However, based on God's original ideal, people are not meant to go to the kingdom of heaven alone. Rather, they are meant to go together with their beloved spouse and their beloved family. So really, the starting point, the blessing that was given to us by true parents. So that's why Father said the blessing given in the Unification Church opens the path that fallen human beings must follow at all costs. So all of us, we are the descendants of our fallen ancestor Adam and Eve. That's why lahat po tayo, sabi ni Father, we have to go to this path. All fallen human beings must follow at all costs. That's why all humanity needs to receive the blessing. So no matter how much people oppose it, the blessing is of great importance because it allows us to connect the spirit world with the physical world. So through the blessing, it connects the spiritual world and the physical world. So today, people just believe that they can be saved through their faith. If they just believe, practice their faith well, they go to the kingdom of heaven. But actually, that is not the real case. Right? However, Father said, based on God's original ideal, people are not meant to go to the kingdom of heaven alone. If you are alone, even this, the priest, every, thing, everyone who, practice their faith, but they are alone, when they go to the spiritual, when they die, they will not go to the kingdom of heaven. Actually, when you die single, Father said, you will become a ghost. You don't have a place in the kingdom of heaven. You don't have a place because, kingdom of heaven is for couple. So when you are single and you die, then you will become a ghost. You don't have any place to go. That's why these are the wandering spirits. They don't have a place. They are not actually welcome. Like you don't have a reason to die when you are single. Right? You don't have a place to go. So you cannot go to the kingdom of heaven alone, Father said. Rather, they are meant to go together with their beloved spouse and their beloved family. So that's why ang susi natin to go to the kingdom of heaven is our spouse. Without our spouse, we cannot go to the kingdom of heaven. That's why we cannot die while single. That's why, people die single, then, of course, this time, because of our true parents, they open already the gates for lahat may solusyon na actually. This time, even people who die single, they can be liberated and they can be matched now, they can be blessed. Really, true parents has opened the way for all people to be saved, both in the physical world and in the spiritual world. Aju, that's why only through the blessing, that's why we are giving the blessing to all people. This is the only way for people to be able to go to the kingdom of heaven. And then through the blessing, it connects both the spiritual world and physical world. That's why when people die, naturally they go to, kingdom of heaven when they receive the blessing and then fulfill their responsibility. Really, the blessing is really the key, the most important thing. That's why all people needs to receive the blessing, right? So this connects both the physical world and the spiritual world. Aju, that's why single person cannot go to the kingdom of heaven. Needs to receive the blessing and, meet the spouse, right? And then together, they build the family. And then the entire family go to the kingdom of heaven. Aju? That's how important the blessing is. So Father said, who has the key to the gates of the kingdom of heaven? So Adam and Eve should have had the key to heaven, and they should have opened the gates on the levels of the individual, family, tribe, people, and nation. Now that those families have been organized, they should be brought together so that the gates to the kingdom of heaven can be opened with the key. This can take place on the foundation of the joint blessing of the spirit world and the physical world in complete unity and oneness, which has been established on the worldwide level. Thus, the kingdom of heaven, which has remained vacant for millions of years since the time of Adam and Eve, can be filled all at once. So because of true parents opening the gates, opening the way, the kingdom of heaven that is vacant for millions of years since the time of Adam and Eve, because now of the birth of the blessed families. Sabi ni Father, now that the blessed families have been organized, They should be brought together so that the gates to the kingdom of heaven can be opened with the key. So because of true parents, they're the ones, open the key, and then through the birth of the blessed families, when blessed families come together and then brought the key and open kingdom of heaven. Aju? So this can take place on the foundation of the joint blessing of the spirit world and the physical world in complete unity and oneness, which has been established on the worldwide level, especially, after True Father passed on to the spiritual world. That is already, the completion. Kingdom of heaven, heaven and earth, both physical world and spiritual world come together because of our true parents. So now we are living in this time. Can you imagine now the entire cosmos? That's why now True Mother is working, our true parents are working, opening the heavenly cosmos by 2027, really completing everything. Amazing, we don't know what's happening in the spiritual world now, clearly. But, can you imagine True Father now? Father mentioned, when I go to the spiritual world, I will work 10 times more than I work in the physical world. Kasi dito sa physical world, True Father has a lot of limitation because of his physical body. That's why now True Father is working in the spiritual world. We don't know really the reality, what's happening now. Sometimes we are too worried of many things, but actually, we shouldn't, right? Really, the entire cosmos now, both the physical world and spiritual world, our True Mother is really amazing victories are happening in the physical world. Can you imagine also what's happening in the spiritual world now? With the work of our true parents there, with Jojinim, Hungjinim, Demonim, billions of absolute good spirits, more than, the population of the physical world. Over 500 billions already are working in the spiritual world. That's why we cannot imagine already the work that true parents have done. That's why tayo, mga blessed families, sabi ni Father dito, we have to, be organized more. And then we will be the ones that will be bringing the key to open the kingdom of heaven. Aju? So that's why yung kingdom of heaven na empty for millions of years from the time of Adam and Eve can, be filled all at once we open. Of course, this time, while True Father is the only one in the spiritual world, later on, they will be completing everything, because really kingdom of heaven should be done in the both spiritual world and physical world. So True Mother also now is establishing kingdom of heaven here in the physical world. So also kapag ma-establish dito, the same true with the spirit world. Kasi nga pareho kasi yan, hindi yan magkaiba. Both physical world and spiritual world are the same. Kaya nga sabi sa Biblia, whatever you bind on earth will be bound in heaven. So the same. So what is the situation dito? They are, in parallel, going together, both in the spiritual world and physical world. That's why as we advance in the physical world, also spiritual world also advance together. Right? Really amazing world we are living in because of our beloved true parents. Now they are working both in the physical world and the spiritual world. Aju? And then we, the blessed central families, we are the ones resembling our true parents. A lot of blessed families already in the spiritual world now working together. And then also in the physical world, tayo. But really, how important the earth, physical world. Because dito talaga magsisimula lahat, right? In the physical world. Kaya tayo ngayon who are living in the physical world, how important we are. How important of our, mission. How important lahat tayo to fulfill our responsibilities. Kasi dito magsisimula sa physical world, right? Kasi kung sa spiritual world lang, can be done immediately, but hindi eh. It should begin in the physical world. Aju? That's why kingdom of heaven, that's why how important tayo ngayon na nabubuhay sa lupa. That's why we have to really be careful sa ating physical bodies. We have to be careful with, to be infected with COVID. And so this time is really very infectious yung bagong variant ngayon. So we have to be very careful. Our physical body, we need to strengthen our immune system. We have to be very careful in order for us to fulfill our responsibility. Aju? Aju. So that's how important we, the blessed families, now living in the physical world. So true father said, you cannot go to the kingdom of heaven alone. You cannot go to the kingdom of heaven alone. You can enter the gates of heaven only after you have your ideal object partner. In order for fallen human beings to enter, they must go through the history of restoration, the history of resurrection, and the history of recreation. I am giving you the blessing to open the gates of heaven. By establishing the blessing, I have opened wide the gates of heaven, which were closed to you. So though the gates are open, you cannot enter by yourself. Only families can enter. Kaya many times Father is emphasizing, really cannot enter kingdom of heaven alone. Kaya we have to, mga tao na hindi nag-aasawa, tayo yung maging nila, maging savior nila. We have to really educate them. Kaya I remember last APLC, yung isang Catholic priest na nag-join sa atin. May asawa na siya, nag-asawa na siya. And then he was very inspired with the teaching. And then nakita ko ulit siya sa ILC. He was very inspired. Si Father Raul, invited ni Bishop yata yun siya. So he was very inspired. So ngayon, we need to tap itong mga married priests, even mga priests talaga ngayon. We have to really continue to educate them. They cannot go to the kingdom of heaven even though how much they are doing their best to serve God on their own understanding, but without a partner, without a wife, they cannot go. Without a husband, cannot go to the kingdom of heaven. So in order for fallen human beings to enter, they must go through the history of restoration, the history of resurrection, and then the history of recreation. Really, ito yung pinaka-ultimate one natin, not only the history of restoration, not only restoration course, but then restoration and then resurrection and then finally recreation. Ito yung ginagawa natin. That's why the path of Chonbo, sabi ni President Hori, this is recreation. So I am giving you the blessing to open the gates of heaven. So by establishing the blessing, I have opened wide the gates of heaven, which were closed to you. So though the gates are open, you cannot enter by yourself. So only families can enter. Aju, that's why we have to have our spouse and then children. So you can enter the gates of heaven only after you have your ideal object partner. Kaya for those who are single, brothers and sisters na wala pang spouse, why are you doing all these things? This is your preparation later on to receive your spouse, to have your object partner, to have your partner in life. Otherwise, cannot go to the kingdom of heaven. Aju? So true father said, you need to have sons and daughters. In other words, you need to have sons and daughters and enter the kingdom with them. Yours is a historical family with historical fruits and accomplishments. Since God's 6,000-year history of restoration went through the eras of the first Adam and the second Adam and the third Adam, you need to go through 3 sons, and those 3 sons need to have their own object partners. Then you can enter the gates of heaven as a family. So since our first human ancestors, they are the first Adam, si Adam, and then Jesus came, the second Adam, and then our true father came as the third Adam. So father said dito, you need to go through 3 sons, and those 3 sons need to have their own object partners. Then you can enter the gates of heaven as a family. So actually kailangan talaga ng sons and daughters, kailangan ng mga anak. And then sinasabi ni Father dito, kailangan daw ng 3 anak na lalaki. And then these 3 sons needs to have their own object partners. Then you can enter the gates of heaven as a family. So that's why we need to have a complete family to go to the kingdom of heaven. Kaya hindi lang din enough na you have your spouse, mag-asawa na walang anak. So we need children. Even sinasabi nga ni Father dito, 3 anak daw na lalaki that represents the 3 Adam sa history. Right? So that's why really complete family. This is really the importance of having a complete family. Kaya nga how Satan attacks the family. Right? Yung communism. Ano ang kwan ng communism? Communism wants to destroy family. Kasi nga sabi nila, yung tatay sa kananay nila, hindi naman talaga yun ang parang naging avenue lang yon for them to be born. So they don't value sa communism. They want to destroy families. But in our own constitution, nakalagay dito to protect families. Kasi of course we are Christian nation, many nations din talaga nakalagay sa constitution nila, the value of family. And then through true parents, we can understand the value of the family. Really, the kingdom of heaven begins in the family. That's why complete family, husband and wife, and then having children is very, very important. And even father saying today that at least needs to have 3 sons that can, represent, the 3 Adams, and then they need to have their object partners, and then you can enter the gates of heaven as a family. So really, the family is really, really important. And to build ideal family, it's really not easy. Because Satan, andyan yung focus din ni Satan to destroy families. Kasi nga alam niya, kapag makabuild ng mga ideal families, then naturally, kingdom of heaven will come. Alam ni Satan yun. That's why he is trying to destroy families. Right? Yung divorce in Western countries, very easy to mag-asawa sila, magpakasal, and then very easy to get divorced. So, this is Satan's way to destroy families. And then sa atin, wala ngang divorce dito. Annulment, mahirap gawin. But still, hindi na lang nagpapakasal mga tao. According to the record, parang nasa 1 million lang yung kasal talaga in the Philippines. Can you imagine? With the population of almost 110 million na. So, ilan yung mga mag-asawa dito sa country natin? Only like nasa 1 million lang yung legally married. Can you imagine? People are living together but they are not married. They already have many children but they are not married. This is the reality why all these things are happening. Satan is destroying the families because the family is the key to build kingdom of heaven. That's why, with this education that True Parents is giving, so we have to continue to educate. Kaya nga yung True Family Movement, our blessing movement, continues educating families, right? So once, ideal families will going to expand and increase continuously, then just wait for the time, then naturally, kingdom of heaven will be realized on earth, and then in heaven. In the physical world, and then in the spiritual world. That's why, importante to have sons and daughters, sabi ni Father. So Father said, only in this way can a unified world come about. Heaven is a place that people from both the spirit world and physical world can enter through the gates of True Parents' love. If Adam and Eve had not fallen and had entered heaven as loving true parents, their family would have become the model for all families. Thus, God's original model family would have entered heaven. In this case, all families that were connected to the love of the realm of the royal family, inheriting this tradition through history, would be like branches sprouting north, south, east, and west from the one central trunk. That is why they all would have entered heaven according to the law of integration. Only in this way can a unified world come about. Yeah, so if only, our first human ancestors, Adam and Eve, they could build, that family, they become the center, and then naturally follow na lang lahat ng families. So if Adam and Eve had not fallen and had entered heaven as loving true parents, their family would have become the model for all families. So sila talaga dapat yung magiging model. Kaya nga, actually all the scriptures are talking about, lalo na sa Bible, the marriage supper of the Lamb. Actually, intellectuals, they can, maybe somehow can understand what is really the purpose of the providence, to have the model family. That's why Adam and Eve, God created one man and one woman for them to perfect each other through coming together. And just this one is very clear. God wanted, to see family. Kaya sa scriptures, lahat yan actually hindi lang naintindihan talaga ng mga tao clearly. But when they started to learn and understand the principle, then they were going to conclude what is the ultimate purpose of all scriptures, right? For, the first man and woman actually to come together in marriage and then build God's family. So that's why through True Parents' love, it opens, the gates. So through True Parents. Kaya nga, how important, lahat ng religion, lahat ng denomination, they are waiting actually the second coming. The True Parents, because they will become the starting point. So through them, right? So thus, God's original model family would have entered heaven. So in this case, all families that were connected to the love of the realm of the royal family, inheriting this tradition through history would be like branches sprouting north, south, east, and west from one central trunk. So lahat na centering on the true parents family. All families can be connected to the center. And then that is why they all would have entered heaven according to the law of integration. So all families can enter kingdom of heaven. So only in this way can a unified world come about. That's why with all the initiatives and efforts na ginagawa ng government natin, kahit ano pa yan, they have to all be connected in creating, building ideal family. So centering on the family of true parents. So our families can be connected. This is the only way to really build a unified world. Aju? Aju. So really our true parents, they are the only ones who have given the very clear formula to realize kingdom of heaven. Right? All people, religious leaders, many intellectuals, they're talking about, kingdom of heaven, a peaceful world. But they do not have the very clear formula. Only our true parents has the clearest formula. Aju? That's why now we can see the great advancement already of the providence. Really one day, the long-awaited of our true parents, that one day that Heavenly Parent, true parents, and all humanity are waiting for will really come about. Aju, that's why we as Blessed families, we have to really advance continuously. We have to fulfill our responsibilities, right? And then really spread this good news, these teachings of true parents to all people, right? And really we have to educate continuously, especially families, of course everyone, and be able to connect them to our Heavenly Parent and to our beloved true parents, especially to our beloved true mother now, the only begotten daughter, who is now leading the providence on earth. Aju, so through true mother, this time, can truly realize ideal world, especially by 2027 in true mother's lifetime. This is her dream, at least, minimum, sabi ni true mother, 1/3 of the world population. But if we really work together, with our true mother leading the way, miracles, mother said, can take place anytime. So if we can really have one mind, one heart, completely united with our beloved true mother, and really putting all our efforts also together, we do not know, right? Really how far we can reach, right? So let's just continue with greater determination each day, no matter how challenging the situations in our families, in our community. As long as we are united with true mother, really miracles will going to happen, and then we can overcome any situation. Aju, aju. So with this, let us offer again our deepest gratitude to our heavenly parents and true parents. Let's give them a big round of applause. Thank you so much once again, all our beloved Blessed families and brothers and sisters. Please stay safe always, and may heavenly parents love and blessings be always upon you and your families. Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you very much to our Sir L.A. Thank you so much, Sir L.A., for the wonderful and amazing guidance. And yes, once again, we are reminded by our portion of responsibility. So how important the blessing is in our life. So we cannot enter in heaven alone. So we should receive the blessing. So true parents already give us the blessing. So we need to receive that blessing. So in our life, we encounter whether we are prepared or not. So we should join and receive the blessing. And also, no matter how much people oppose it, or many people, a lot of people like they have their negative background or like persecuted our church, but still we need to have this positive mind, and our heart will always centered in our true parents and our heavenly parents. So that's why we should receive the blessing, enjoy the blessing no matter what. So whatever circumstances, whatever struggle that we may encounter along the way of our journey, so we should always put in our mind and heart that we need an ideal object partner to open the gates of the kingdom of heaven. And yes, thank you so much once again to our Sir L.A. for giving us an amazing guidance to be reminded again by our portion of responsibility. And now, without further ado, for our reflection, to share her hearts, may I invite our teacher Malone Mijares for the reflection.
Thank you very much. Can you hear me?
Yes, yes.
Okay, thank you. So good morning to Heavenly Parents and True Parents. Good morning to our beloved National Leader, Sir L.A., to all our leaders, elders, blessed families, and brothers and sisters. Good morning. So my reflection for today's morning message or Honduran message given by our national leader. So I was inspired and I was very inspired actually to be reminded again about the importance of blessing. So me personally, I have waited for 7 years to be blessed. So I was invited for last 2013, and then I received the blessing just last year. So that was actually my determination when I was invited in the movement to be blessed, because I saw or I witnessed some of the blessed families, their relationship together, how unique it is, how different it is. So that's the reason I was inspired that someday I will be blessed also. And then, yeah. So even though I am already blessed, but I couldn't or I shouldn't be complacent. So I should still, do my part, do my portion of responsibility that someday I could, of course, to build an ideal family centering on our beloved true parents. So as what Sir L.A. said, that uh, we cannot enter heaven alone. So we should have spouse. Yeah, so I was really, or I realized that I am very blessed because true parents taught me this, or true parents taught us this kind of teaching, or yes, that we couldn't enter heaven if we don't have spouse. So it just reminded us that no matter what happened, no matter what circumstances or challenges, we should be blessed by our true parents, because this is the only way that we could enter heaven. So, and then I realized also that someday if I could build an ideal family centering on our beloved true parents, so this is the starting point that I could be able to start a generation, a true parents generation, because I am the only one in my generation, or yes, that I received the blessing. So I am the first generation in my family to receive the blessing. So I am the starting point to be that my coming generation will be engrafted to true parents. And I do believe that this is the only way that could be saved not just only my generation, but also my ancestors as well. So I should become the role model. So not just the people around me, but most especially to my family, biological family. So yeah, so I think that's all my short reflection. So my conclusion of my reflection is that yeah, all of us should be receive the blessing. So because this is the only way that we could enter heaven. So even though we receive also the blessing, as I said a while ago, we shouldn't be complacent. We should still continue moving forward and to, of course, secure our relationship to our spouse, and most importantly, to heavenly parents and true parents. So that's all my reflection. Thank you very much.
Yes, thank you so much, our teacher Maloney, for giving your amazing and inspiring and artistic reflection. Yes, thank you very much. Let's give a hand to our teacher Maloney. And for now, for the second reflector, let's help me to welcome our administrator of Sunwa International Academy, our Sir Roberto Mendoza.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Sir LA. Good morning, brothers and sisters. All blessed families are here in our Funduke. This morning, I was just realizing one very important point that is being discussed in the guidance of our national leader, um, especially during this pandemic time. Anyway, this virus thing, people are very afraid of contracting the virus and get infected, and uh, to the point of we are even afraid of going out of places and meeting people. So we all have these um, protocols that we have to follow. My realization is relating to the blessing and the divine principle that true parents have given us is I was just reflecting that it's as easy as spreading the virus when it comes to spread this blessing and the divine principle as well. That just by going near people, we already could uh, infect them with the divine principle or the blessing. And um, this is the main purpose. Ito yung pinakadahilan ni true parents bakit why we have all been encouraged long time ago, um, even the when reading the guidance of true parents in the early days, that we have to go through the responsibility of being the Messiah of our tribe to save our not only our relatives, not only our Abel tribe, but also our Cain tribe. And this is the reason why we go places. We mobilize and bring couples to the blessing, not only single blessing candidates, but now the Heavenly Tribal Messiah mission that we are doing, that we could spread to them like a virus, the divine principle and the blessing. We could hear testimonies of elder members that when they first joined the movement during their workshop time or seminars, they don't necessarily have understood well the content of the divine principle, but because of the relationship, the atmosphere in the centers, in where they are with brothers and sisters. That's why um, get they could get the spirit of the seminar, and they could understand the divine principle more because of the relationship of brothers and sisters. And I think it should be the same spirit that I have to bring whenever I go to the place of my physical tribe or my Cain tribe, that I will be going there not because I have something to give them uh, externally, but they should genuinely feel that my presence is important to them, and they could feel loved and valued. This is how I should consistently uh, relate myself to them, because this is the only way that I could bring them also the way how I understood the value of the divine principle and the value of the blessing, on how to understand the value of true parents, that it should develop in their heart, that eventually they have to become like me. My determination and my commitment to true parents. This is how true parents is not only just to let them know about who true parents are, but eventually true parents' ultimate desire is how everyone could relate as a true son or a true daughter to them, and value them as really true parents. The hope of making them children, sons and daughters of God. That is what I'm just uh, reflecting this morning, that how I could really be a key, as the title of the presentation says, that blessed families are the key. So if I am the key, how could I open the door for my tribe to go to kingdom of heaven? Is it enough to just let them receive the blessing? This is that's why we are doing so many things after the blessing. It then stop there. We have to organize them into group and meet them in our small groups and share to them the band principle or other internal guidance, other inspirations, so that we could develop a certain way of life that is connected to the way of our true parents. So it's a long way, but it's a challenge that we have to go through, and we have to develop more on this aspect as a person, as a family. So that is just my realization this morning, and I'm grateful for this opportunity to share with you. Thank you very much, brothers and sisters.
Yes, thank you so much, our Sir Roberto Mendoza. Let's give a hand to our Sir Roberto Mendoza. Yes, thank you so much for sharing your heart and for your amazing and inspiring reflection. And yes, thank you so much for it. And for now, may I invite our HU staff for the announcement.
Good morning, brothers and sisters, for news and announcement. First, official memo from international headquarters about a special donation for the events celebrating the 9th anniversary of the Holy Ascension of Sun Myung Moon, the true parent of heaven, earth, and humankind. Donation title, special donation for the events celebrating the 9th anniversary of the Holy Ascension of Sun Myung Moon, the true parent of heaven, earth, and humankind. To whom this is asked, all blessed families and members worldwide. Donation amount, each family at least $210, for single adults at least $120. Deadline of donation is on August 24, 2021. You can send your precious donation to the following bank information. Next, the National Education Department is having their 10th batch of 12-day series Divine Principle virtual seminar on August 1 to 13, 2021, every 7 p.m. to 9:30 p.m. For more inquiries, please contact Ms. Marvic Advincula at 0965-981-2179. They have also registration fee of 300 pesos. Next, 2021 Summer Yojong Chonbo Great Works commemorating the 9th anniversary of the whole ascension of Sun Myung Moon, the true parent of heaven, earth, and humankind. Event date, August 21 and 22, 2021. Registration deadline, August 8, 2021. For further inquiries, please email us at hjcbfields@gmail.com or call us at 0998-351-7454. For your morning devotion donation of gratitude, you can send it to our GCash account number 0921-500-4788, account name Manilin Zamora. We would like also to remind everyone about your tithes and donations. That would be all. Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you so much, Atiel, for the informative announcement. And for now, may I invite our sister, our Tita Hedilyn Matbagan, our bookkeeper of Sunwa International Academy, for the closing prayer.
Good morning, everyone. So please join me in a prayer. Loving Heavenly Parents, victorious true parents of heaven, earth, and humankind, in behalf of our leaders, elders, and brothers and sisters who were with us today in this morning devotion, we thank you, Heavenly Parent, because you let us gather again as one family. Through the internal guidance of our national leader, Reverend Leo Angelo Halo, we reminded again, Heavenly Parent, in our responsibility, especially our role as blessed central families in this era of Chinilgo. Heavenly Parent, we are really blessed because Heavenly Parents really guided us and educated us, Heavenly Parent, on how to really become a true people, Heavenly Parent, in this era of Chunilgo. True parents already opened the gate, the kingdom of heaven, for us to really enter, Heavenly Parent. And true mother also established the heavenly holy community. And now, Heavenly Parent, it is our responsibility on how to really fulfill our portion of responsibility for us to really become worthy enough, Heavenly Parent, to really enter into this heavenly realm. I pray, Heavenly Parent, that with all my brothers and sisters, centering on our beloved true parents, centering on our leaders, Heavenly Parent, that we will work together and unite together and really bring more results, and really bring victory to our beloved true parents. As a citizen of the Chunilgo and members of the Heavenly Parents Holy Community, let us make Heavenly Parent our beloved true parents happy and proud to all of us, especially to our beloved true mother who is still with us in this time. Thank you, Heavenly Parent, for this great opportunity. And as our true mother wish, Heavenly Parent, we will continue to really move forward without fail. So please be with us always. Guide us, Heavenly Parent, and truly lead us, Heavenly Parent, for us to really become successful. Thank you so much again, Heavenly Parent, for this wonderful day. Please guide and protect all our brothers and sisters, especially for those who are really working so hard in the front line. And I pray also, Heavenly Parent, for the containment, complete eradication of this COVID-19, Heavenly Parent, for us again to really work in the front line and really give joy and happiness to our beloved true parents. Thank you so much for everything. All this I pray and report in our name, Roylan Hedley Magbagan, blessed and families. Archu.
Ju. And for now, let's offer our sincere unison prayer. Okay, let's offer our morning greetings to our heavenly parents and true parents. Good morning, heavenly parents and true parents. Thank you so much, brothers and sisters, for joining our morning devotion, morning handuke. Thank you so much, Sir L.A., and to all our brothers and sisters from Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao. Thank you so much for joining our handuke.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Morning, brother. Good morning semua. Siap.
Good
Labos,
morning,
morning, boss.
everyone. Good morning po. Thank you very
Good morning.
much.
Good
Good morning,
morning,
boss.
first family members.
Good morning. And
Morning,
good morning,
everyone.
everyone.
Morning, brother Reverend. Have a nice day, everyone. Good morning.
Have a great day, brothers and
Have a great
sisters.
day.
We are Sally. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, good morning, everyone. Thank you
Good
for
morning, brothers and sisters all over the world.
안녕하세요.
Thank you very much.
Ayong aga.
Morning po.
안녕하세요, 여러분.
Morning.
gozaimasu.
Adikap. Good morning.
Kapag po.
Ngayong buntag sa tanan. Annyeonghaseyo.